Is the damage in Guilty Gear Strive too high? As we've seen, like in that game, the damage in that game is yeah, you know, it do some it go down quick, you know. Shout out Nagaruyuki. But yeah,
Yeah.
the damage in that game is pretty up. I ain't gonna say absurd, but it's a lot, you know. So give this question out to the panel. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think the damage should be toned down? Do you think it's too much, or do you think it's okay? Starting with you, Mr. Gamer Love.
Yeah, it's too high. I guess it's way too high. You got certain like it's like counter hits in this game hurt so much. It's like which they normally do in any game, but it's like the counter hits in this game just you taking damage, and that's even with characters. I'm not even talking about a character like Soul or Potemkin or somebody like Nagaruyuki. In Nagaruyuki's case, I feel like it's more fair, it's more balanced because of the fact of his whole mechanic. He takes mad damage, so it has to be some type of trade off, you know. But I feel like certain characters, and again, I keep going back to my character that I'm maining right now. Giovanna does okay damage, but it's like to work for the damage that some other characters get. Like, why is Potemkin doing 5,000% damage with a command grab? Why is Soul doing that much with a command
Bro,
grab?
he
He ain't even
huge,
command.
man. What you mean?
What that don't mean nothing, man. Like Soul Bad Guy not even a command grab character. His command grab does mad damage. Like I'm just
Oh yeah.
like perfect example. Like Street Fighter Five G. G is a really I want to say rush. He's kind of a rush. He has some rush down properties. You know, he has like some like frame trap type gameplay. He also has a command grab, so it's like he's a character that kind of keeps you on your toes. Like, do I stay on the ground? You know, what do I do? Do I press a button? But his command grab, the damage is negligible. It doesn't do that much. His command grab is just what it's supposed to be. He can do a lot of damage, but his command grab, if you do it, it scales the combos pretty hard. So that makes sense. So why is Soul just like, hey, I'm command grab you, 30% damage, and like, it's just like, I know that move was always done a grip, but I think now this is like the most it's ever done. I'm just like, why? Like, so yes, I do think the damage in Guilty Gear right now is a little too high. Um, the fact that characters like even May, like all the stuff she does, like she does too much damage, man. Like the dolphin, just like the hitting them to the wall, like it's a lot going on, man. I think if they tone it down just a little bit, the game will be okay. And I mean, maybe it's just like the way the game should play. Maybe it's high octane, high energy, a lot going on. So maybe the game's personality just fits with it doing a lot of damage, so the matches don't last long. Um, so that you had games in the past like Street Fighter Cross Tekken where it's like, oh, it's nothing but timeouts. It's not enough damage. I can't kill nobody. And then you get a game like almost on the opposite end of the spectrum, like Guilty Gear Strive now, and it's like, bro, I didn't. Just the clock started at 100 seconds. I'm dead at 98. Like, what happened? like it was only 2 seconds, and I'm pressing rematch. Like, so I think that they should just kind of tone it down a little bit. Maybe adjust the scaling on certain things, and just have like Potemkin. First of all, should definitely be nerfed. Like the damage he does is just like, bro, come on, man. Can't you can't command grab me, anti-air me, and I'm just like, well, I shouldn't have jumped. Now I'm
Come
at the
on,
character
man.
selection.
Like, come on, bro.
And I know those types of characters that's supposed to do damage. And it's like Zangief, his SPD should take off a decent chunk of damage. But imagine Street Fighter Five, Zangief's SPD took off 40% damage. Just imagine.
Don't get
Like,
command grab.
oh, well, okay, that's easy when he can just Luffy spin Rooney vacuum vortex you in. Whoa, come here. Like anyway, that's another character I can't stand. But yeah, I think they just need to mitigate the damage a little bit, scale it down or whatever. Or maybe just keep it and just have these crazy matches where you take a counter hit, stand heavy slash, and take 30% damage. Maybe it's, oh my gosh, counter hit, and he just died. Maybe this game is supposed to be the new age Fist of the North Star. If y'all seen Fist of the North Star, that game, yeah, literally round start, you dead. Like,
Oh boy.
you activate super KO. Like, literally, the announcer just said start. He said start KO. Like, what? How you supposed to practice that matchup? I can't even get a chance to press it. So maybe this is what they're going for. It could be hype, you know. Just like your decision making has to be as optimal as ever, you know, so you don't get killed in one touch.
So I agree straight up. The damage is kind of crazy in that game. It's crazy, but the problem with it is that it's not crazy for everybody. It's not everybody has that kind of damage. It's not a balanced. I mean, of course, there are going to be some characters that are stronger than others, but there are some characters that are just like, man, I'm really struggling here. I'll put it this way: I tried out a few characters. I tried out Chip, I tried out Nagoriyuki, I tried out Axel a little bit, and I tried out Giovanna. So whenever I use Nagoriyuki, I know I'm doing damage. I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm doing damage here because he's a big guy with a giant sword and he's swinging on you, and of course he's going to do damage, right? I mean, he's made to do that. But you're looking at a character like Giovanna, and Giovanna seems like a character that should, like, it's not like, I feel like she should do more damage than Chip. I feel like Chip, at least in my opinion, it felt like there were times where I'm like, I feel like Chip, as a character as somebody who plays Chip, I feel like Chip does a little bit more damage than Giovanna. Whenever I was playing Giovanna, I felt like, man, it's almost like, I don't know why this image came into my head, but I felt like I'm like just somebody hitting somebody with a piece of cardboard the whole time and hoping that they die. Like that's the image I get when I think of playing as Giovanna. And there's just not enough reward for getting those combos. There's not enough reward for those combos because she just doesn't have at least in my opinion, just doesn't have the damage output. And meanwhile, I mean, and these guys, Rexon and Gaming Lift, you guys remember when you put that one clip where Nagoriyuki went into Blood Rage mode, he hit Chip like 2 or 3 times. He hit him, he got him into the wall, and then he did what's called like the half circle back forward hard slash attack, and he was dead.
3/4 damage.
That was it. Yeah, he was dead. Like that was pretty much it, right? Like he only hit him 3 times. And now the thing was, when that video was shown to me, I was like, oh well, you know, Chip historically speaking has a low health pool. He has a low health pool, so you know there's supposed to be like a risk reward with that. But in this game, I think it's a little bit skewed, a little bit too much towards characters with high damage. There's too many characters that do so much damage, and God help you if they decide to start doing combos. I don't even know how to do combos. I didn't even know how to learn how to do combos. I wouldn't watch like Rufelmonger's video about how to do some combos and stuff like that. I never got it quite down. But even when I didn't know how to do combos, I was still killing people as Nagoriyuki because, you know, basically, I'll put it this way: like Nagoriyuki is like a very high damage. I would say a high damage. I think somebody in the collisions chat, I think kind of said it the best. He's like a high damage samurai showdown character in Guilty Gear. He's like a samurai showdown character. I feel like Nagoriyuki is a character that pays dividends for patience and planning, and I think that's the kind of character he is. But still, he does too much damage. Potemkin does a lot of damage, even after the ridiculousness during the first beta when he would do the slide head. Slide head did damage during the first beta. I remember playing as Chip and having like a quarter of my health disappear because Potemkin lay down. I was like, this is untenable. They can't do this. This is horrific. You cannot do this. This is disgusting. So what you're gonna tell me is Potemkin's gonna lie down on the ground. I'm gonna lose a quarter of my health, and then while I'm lying on the ground contemplating my life, he's gonna walk over to me? Are you nuts? Nah, man. Bro. I'm glad they got rid of that. That was already offensive in and of itself. Can you imagine that there was something more offensive in the game than the damage? like last year. What was it? Last year, I think there's something more offensive than the damage last year, which was the fact that Slidehead did damage. Not only that, it did so much damage. It's like, why does this do so much damage? This makes no sense. Now we're to the point where there's like, why do these damage characters do so much damage? Like, I don't even know. I feel like there are times where I didn't even get hit. Like, I'm like Devin was talking about the grab from Saul Bad Guy. Bro, you're not a grab character. You're not a grappler as far as I know. Maybe they changed his like classification, but as far as I know, Saul Bad Guy is not a grappler character. So why is he do so much damage? I remember I got grabbed and I was like, oh, okay, well, this is just a grab, right? From Saul Bad Guy. No big deal. And I was dead. I'm like, excuse me? What is this?
That is going to be a gift.
What are you? You're not a grappler character. Why are you doing this kind of damage on grabs? You think you're safe, and he just grabs you and kills you. And listen, man, I'm not gonna drag this out. I'm not gonna keep beating the dead horse. All I'm saying, I agree 100%. Mr. Gamer Lift, there is the damage is too much. It's too, but it's not just that the damage is too much, it's that the damage is too much for some characters, and some characters do not do enough damage. Some characters need to have their damage upgraded to make sure that they can you can keep the damage where it's at, okay, fine. But the thing, like for the higher level characters, okay, the higher power characters, okay, fine. But you gotta upgrade the damage for other people. Otherwise, they have to work. I feel like you have to work way too hard to win a match. You shouldn't. It's like the game is supposed to be fun. If like you got to hit somebody 80 times to get them down to like a quarter health, but they hit you 3 times and you're dead, that's a problem, man. That is a huge problem. I still love the game. I'm still gonna play it. I have every intention of playing the mess out of that game. But there are issues that need to be solved. Oh, and by the way, man, fix the lobby system, please. Fix the lobby system. I know, like Terrence. I was listening to Terrence's take, and he's like, maybe they probably won't do that. Please, 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 fix the lobby system. All right, I'm done.